Revision question on the statement of financial position. A 4-mark question on statement of financial position. You've got an extract here and you need to complete it. It's 4 marks, so you've got 4 numbers to complete. And if we look at the top, you've got fixed assets, car and photographic equipment, and then the 2 figures, 3,275, 3,140, total fixed assets. That's question 1. Current assets, inventory, £626. Debtors, question for you to fill in. Total current assets, 1,565. Total current liabilities, 1,252. Net current assets, a question for you. And net assets, your 4th question. Well, you look at this statement of financial position and hopefully you're thinking, what's my approach? How do I do this? Well, we've got to remember we go to the finance fire ladder of success. Hopefully if the ladder's there, you know that there's time not to panic because this is going to take you stage by stage through it. So we've done the green step because we remembered we've got some help and support going through it. Now we're on the yellow one. So let's have a look at what questions you need to answer. The blue question is total fixed assets. And if you look above there, you've got 2 assets and then you have an answer to fill in. Then you've got the green question, which is current assets. If you look where that is, you've got inventory, and then you've got debtors with a question to fill in for you, and then you've got total current assets. We'll come back to that one. Then we've got at the bottom the purple question, net current assets, and the red question, net assets. So we'll come on to those in a sec. Now let's deal with the blue question. We've got 2 items here. We've got a car and photographic equipment, both over £3,000, and you've got a title fixed assets at the top. Remember, we're looking at that purple stage on the ladder, and underneath where you've got to write the answer, it's total fixed assets. So if we try and work out what we need to do, we've got 2 items and we need to provide a number for the total of fixed assets. Surely that's enough clues. We're talking about a total of those 2 assets. Now let's look at the green question. Now here we need to look at the debtors and work out the debtors. We need to take in all the information about current assets. So remembering that we're still on the purple step of the ladder, let's look what's inside that yellow box. You've got current assets, you've got inventory, you've got debtors that's missing, and then you've got total current assets. So if we think 2 items you've got and you've been given a total, then if you've had to add those 2 together in order to get the total current assets, so you need to reverse that in order to find out the green number. So there's the instruction, there's the guidance in order to create the green number. Well, now we're up to the purple question, and on net current assets, let's have a think. Let's just compare ourselves. We're up to the purple step on the ladder, net current assets. So we've got fixed assets, we've covered the blue answer. We've got current assets, we've covered the green answer. Now we're on the purple net current assets. Here, I think we might need to move ourselves up to the grey step on the ladder. We might need to go back and revise the formula here for the purple answer. The formula we want to look at is current assets minus current liabilities. So you've got to look at the number on the statement for current assets and you subtract it from current liabilities, and then that gives you the net current assets. That's one where we need the formula. And now for the red question, the net assets. Now net assets is definitely on the silver, the grey step, the final step on the ladder. We do need to know the formula. So that's all assets, fixed and current assets, add them together and subtract that from all liabilities, current and long-term liabilities. So what you need to find out is just whether you have a number for fixed assets and have a number for current assets. If you do, you're adding them. And then before, because this is very much the brackets, we're going to do bid maths, we've got to make sure we've got the 2 assets and liabilities numbers. So remember, we're adding the 2 assets together, and you now need to find out whether you've got a number for current liabilities and a number for long-term liabilities. You might not have both, but you have to add them together. So one might be a number, one might be 0. So that you've got the two numbers. You've got all assets subtracted from all liabilities. So all assets minus all liabilities will give you net assets, and that is the red answer. As always, here's a clean copy of the question for you to submit and get your 4 points.